It's Kaipacha with the weekly Bailey Report, and I'm here on September 27th of 2023, and that there is the island called Bimini, out here in the Caribbean, looking for some dolphins. They seem to be a little far away from us today, but look at the color of that beautiful water. The moon is in Pisces. So we're here out on Neptune, looking for them there fishes. We've seen a lot of fish on the coral reefs, shark, barracuda. Beautiful, all kinds of colors. Anyway, it's been very amazing. The moon goes into Aries tomorrow, and then on Saturday, Taurus. Right, so it's going to hit Chiron and the moon's node happening there on the full moon. The full moon is actually at 6 degrees of Aries, and Chiron is up there in the teens. So right after that full moon, all right, she's going to come up and hit Chiron. Sun is going to oppose Chiron, next week or so. It's going to be a little while yet, but then she moves into Taurus, will conjoin with Jupiter and Uranus, right? And then go into Gemini on Tuesday. Other than that, I'd say I really want to talk to you today about Uranus, because we have a lot of Uranian energy going on. You might be feeling sudden, shocking, unpredictable events of an extreme nature, upsetting your reality, and having to do with relationship, partnership, finances, values, just about everything that's important is getting, we could say upgraded, but let me talk to you more about it. Why is that? Well, it's Venus moving through Leo, is squaring Uranus. That square is exact on Friday. Mercury, moving through Virgo, is trining Uranus. Okay, that is exact on Saturday. Mars, okay, moving through Libra, is in conjunct 150 degrees from Uranus on Friday and Saturday. Saturday and Sunday. So there's a lot of Uranian energy going on here. And, with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto all in late degrees, you can count on, for the next couple of years, all of them getting triggered at the same time. Right, so Mercury is not only trine Uranus on Saturday, but by Monday it opposes Neptune. See what I mean? So we've got action happening all over the place, and I'm going to just look at the camera and talk to you about it. All right, namaste. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? The moon is waxing, getting bigger, fuller, more emotional, more loony, irrational, illogical, irrational feelings moving through the chaotic sign of Pisces. And then it's going to break through into Aries, and we're going to have this full moon release. Not that far from the moon's nodes. I mean, we do have the eclipses coming. Those eclipses will be, actually Mars will be conjunct. Okay, the eclipse season on the south node. This is kind of approaching, and this really is pulling in this energy around relationship and partnership. The moon's nodes. And Pluto squaring those moon's nodes. So this is a big time of learning and growing through shadow work, through what we project, through mirroring, through conversation, intentional dialogue, nonviolent communication, really looking at and working how can we get along with each other with fairness and peace and equality, without one being dominating, the other being a victim or the martyr, right? Not the perpetrator, but no, like how can we work as teammates besties, good partnerships, yes, romantic or business, worldwide, nations or individuals. It's just how can we get along? The South Node in Libra is the resolution node of the Pluto square, but we also need to do Aries. We need to assert ourselves. We need independence. We need to pioneer and start. We need to trust our instincts. We need to go our own way. We need to not be, waiting and hoping and looking for support and understanding and a sense of belonging and but really step into that masculine energy of I am. And I know intuitively, instinctively, the best way forward. And how do I do that and be independent and go my own way and also be present for partnership and relationship? I mean, this is the age-old dilemma, should I stay or should I go? Yeah? Very, very powerful. Very challenging. I think that'll have to be the song for this week because I didn't think of another one. Should I stay or should I go? Bom, 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 bom. Anyway, what I find interesting with all of this relationship, energy of these moon's nodes, Mars on the south node, moon coming up to conjunct Chiron in Aries, the north node in Aries, is the Sabian symbol for the full moon. 7th degree of Aries is a man succeeds in expressing himself simultaneously in two realms. Beauty and the Beast, relationship and independently. We can, this is saying, the first realization of the dual nature of man and of the possibility that it implies. In this situation, which has become characterized by this symbol, says that we can successfully face our dilemmas and our situations as long as the spiritual and material implications are understood and actualized. The key notes for this is the ability for the human being's capacity for living two separate lives and finding fulfillment and happiness in both. Very interesting. I mean, it seems very Gemini to me, actually, more than Aries. This living two worlds. Yeah, the two-faced, the split-tongued devil, the whole energy around living two separate lives. And yet this is saying that this is possible as long as the implications are understood. So whereas we don't want to compartmentalize, we don't want to be this person over here and another different person over there. We don't want to carry out, we want to be authentic, we want to be transparent. We want this, honesty within all of our relationships so that there is a consistency to our identity, to our purpose, to our pathway forward. This consistency is very, very important. So it's really amazing at this full moon to have this symbol say to us that it is possible to juggle two balls. Yes, it is possible, to have this outer world, what I do out in my job and what I do, on YouTube or at the office or, in my career. And then I come home and I have kind of a separate domestic life. And my family, I keep these separate. My inner world of the first house, who I am, what I desire, what I want, where I'm going. This is my inner world versus relationship and partnership. Oh, there's another song. What is it? Don't ask me about my business, and I won't tell you no lies. It's I forget the name of that song. Maybe you remember it. I think it's Leonard Skinner. Anyway, what I'm looking at here, and what the astrology is saying, and what I talked about in the opening, Uranus is experimentation, revolution, rebellion, going into the unconventional, trying new things, experimenting with the Venus is the square of my values, of my attractions, of my relationships, of my income. Yeah, so this is all working towards, revolutionizing, our way of being with ourselves and being in relationship. And it's radical, and it's new, and it's different. That there are solutions for the dilemmas of how to be independent and in relationship, but it requires genius. It requires inventing new lifestyles, living, in new ways with each other. This is kind of moving also into this age of Aquarius. Pluto moving into the sign of Aquarius. Uranus being the ruler of Aquarius. These are new norms, new ways of being, and it's going through Taurus. It has to do with our sexuality. It has to do with our sensuousness, our own relationship to our own body. And this is just like this new paradigm is this upsurge of acceptance, of a tolerance, of a non-judgment, of the, bizarre, unusual, and just accepting alternative lifestyles, alternative forms of expression, that I can be with you and I can be with you. And I can be with, him or her over there and him or her over there. And we're, and I can, be in these different realities or in these different worlds and be joyous and happy and successful in both. This is just like so my mantra. It's not either or, it's both and more. We are moving into a time that is beyond this polarized, dualistic, either or, yes or no, black and white. And we're moving into accepting the paradox that opposites can coexist without destroying or competing or conflicting against each other. We can find a way to do this. This is the way of Neptune and Pisces. This is the way of the heart. This is the way of unconditional love. I can let you be who you are without jealousy, without possessiveness, without fear of loss or losing you. It's like the more freedom that we can give each other, the tighter the union and connection and relationships can be. But when we try to hold, when we try to cling, when we fear losing someone, and so we grip or we try to control or we use guilt or manipulation to, hold this relationship, this is almost like a guarantee of separation, a guarantee of pressure, a guarantee of loss. So this is this Uranus squaring Venus. And again, it's in a beautiful trine to Mercury in Virgo. Let's talk about it, analyze it, figure it out, work it out. And this is also within ourselves. We can also consider we have 12 different voices in our head. The inner warrior, the inner lover, the inner father, the inner child, the inner magician, the inner king. We have all these different aspects, okay, within ourselves, within our psyche, within our human nature. And we need to honor and heal and listen to and respect these different aspects of ourselves. Yeah? And so what we've got going on, and what, the mantra today, let me read this mantra. When I get too busy creating a life based on visions I've had long ago, my spirit soul has to break up the flow in order to show me there's more. I used spirit soul instead of Uranus. Uranus is the personal unconscious. It is like our spirit self, our unconscious soul that says, you know what? I am an individual. I am unique. I am different. I have to go my own way. I have to rebel against the conventional norms and external authorities and really follow my truth. And our ego, Saturn, okay, coming in here with Mercury, and I got to get the job done, and I've got to look good, and I've got to keep all of my commitments, and I've got to, be in integrity, and I've got to manage everything and control my life and set my goals and achieve those goals and move to... So, our ego really seeks this consistency. It really seeks this predictability. And it really wants to, just, maintain stable, solid, grounded, whether it's job, business, vocation, career, relationship, partnership, home life, family, children. It's just about controlling, managing, and so it gets rigid. It gets stuck. We make ruts for ourselves. We make routines. We get repetitive. We put on our blinders and we stop experimenting, and we stop looking outside of our little box, and and then what happens? Uranus, our spirit soul, comes in and shocks us. Sudden, traumatic, extreme situations, accidents, unpredictable events, okay, car accidents, we end up in the hospital, or somebody leaves us, or somebody comes in and, or we get fired, or our house burns down. Uranus is, sudden traumatic experiences that overwhelm us. So when we are too rigid, when we are too fixed, when we are overcommitted, when we promise out of fear to deliver, or to show up, or to be a certain way, or to, hang into, a sinking ship, or, walls closing in, but no, I'm gonna go down with my ship. Yeah, then we receive more shocks, more trauma, more upset, which can lead to more pain and more suffering. So the idea here that Uranus is teaching us is to be all right with change, accepting of change, flexible, adaptable, willing to experiment and try, unconventional, erratic, new ways, new paths. So, this is what we're being asked to do. Tolerate each other and be ourselves. So speak our truth, do our own thing, and be in a relationship with other people who are tolerant and accepting, even better, supporting us in being our radical, awesome, outrageous, rebellious self. You see what I'm saying? So when we set a goal like, when I was a little kid, I always wanted to be an astrologer. Or when I was, young, I wanted to get married and have a family and live this life. Or I wanted to be a fireman. I wanted to be a movie star. Or so, and we have these visions when we're little kids. And we try to live our lives. And I'm going to be that. And I'm going to hold on to that. And that's my definition of success. And that's going to, be fulfilling. And I'm going to just, and we get rigid and we get stuck. That's when we get the rug pulled out from under us. That's when we have shocks, surprises, challenges. So Uranus now, Venus squaring Uranus, Mercury trining Uranus, Mars in conjunct Uranus, Uranus over there in Taurus, in trine to Pluto actually, is really telling us, go into the unknown and try, experiment, be flexible, move out and move on and move up, because there's more to you, there's more to life, there's more potential, it's a bigger world, you have a bigger identity than you thought, you are capable of more than you thought, you're bigger than you thought you were, so do it all. Do your separate lives and juggle your separate balls and do these, carry on these individual, unique partnerships and relationships, and just everything is possible. It's Uranus is the planet of liberation, of enlightenment through non-attachment. So these are the days. If you're willing to let go, if you're willing to blow it up, you're going to get closer to truth. You're going to get closer to your truth. And you're going to get closer to a life that reflects your own greatness, your own special, unique self and destiny. So, one more time. When I get too busy creating a life based on visions I've had long ago, right? My spirit soul has to break up the flow in order to show me there's more. There's more to life. There's more to you. There's more to love. There's more to relationship. And all we have to do is go for it. Yeah? Namaste. Aloha. Go for it. Ciao, ciao.